lighting circuit or from a circuit that supplies a mix of lighting and receptacles. Smoke alarm on of a smoke not be installed where the circuit is protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter or an arc fault circuit interrupter. So again, this rule here, for all those who are checking in, you're tuned into Fabian Electrical Services Inc. Again, as you guys come in, don't forget to like up the live stream. So smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms are a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm, shall not be installed where the circuit is protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter or an arc fault circuit interrupter. Interrupter is basically your GFI, and an arc fault circuit interrupter is the actual arc fault breaker. Again, the nuisance is going to trigger the smoke alarm, and that's probably why they're saying not to install it. Um, I've always pulled my lighting circuit to the smoke detector, so I don't have an issue with this rule here. There shall be no, and there, as it says here, 32-200 1C. There shall be no disconnecting means between the smoke alarm or the carbon monoxide alarm and the overcurrent device for the branch circuit, and the wiring material for a smoke, including any ah, monoxide alarm, including any interconnection of units and their associated equipment, shall be in accordance with Section 12. Notwithstanding Sub-Rule 1B, where a smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarm, or a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm had battery as a secondary supply source, such an alarm or device shall be permitted to be connected to a circuit protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter or an arc fault circuit interrupter. So again, we're going to read this rule again. Notwithstanding Sub-Rule 1B, where a smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarm, or a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm has an integral battery as a secondary supply source, such an alarm or device shall be permitted to be connected to a circuit protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter or an arc fault circuit interrupter. So I'm going to go back to the other rule here. Um, so this rule here says smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarms are a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm shall not be in. So it doesn't. So these are two different rules here. I'm going to read this over again. Alarms are a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm, and a circuit interrupter, or an arc fault circuit. We're catching it right because it says smoke alarm and carbon monoxide alarms. This other rule here, um, it says notwithstanding Sub-Rule 1. So it's sending us back to Sub-Rule 1 of Subrule 1B is where it's sending us back to, and that's where I went back to refer. It's basically saying rear smoke alarm, carbon monoxide alarm, or a device that is a combination of a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm has an integral battery as a secondary supply source, such as an alarm or device shall be permitted to be connected to a circuit protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter or on an arc fault circuit interrupter. So it tells you you can do it in a different case, but again, it's something that I don't do. So um, the rule is there, as long as you refer to where it's sending you for clarification. And a lot of time that's what happens. We miss the clarification, and we don't see the other rule. So fire pumps, insulated conductors, is telling us to go to C appendix B and G. Insulated conductors from the emergency power source to a fire pump shall have an ampacity not less than 125% of the full load current rating of the motor, where 25% auxiliary loads, where two or more motors are connected to a fire pump Code of Canada, wiring metals C appendix B and G. All insulated conductors to fire pump equipment shall be installed in metal raceway of the total enclosure type. So again, this is section 3200. And again, as you guys come in, don't forget to like up the live stream. Very important. Helps with the algorithm. Also, if you guys can give me about 20 likes, that'd be great. So, incorporated in a cable having a metal armor or sheet of a type selected in accordance with Rule 12-102. Installing rigid non-metallic conduit where embedded in at least 50 millimeters of masonry or poured concrete, or installed underground, or installed in electrical non-metallic tubing where embedded in at least 50 millimeters of masonry or poured concrete. This is basically the service box for fire pumps. So it basically says it's a separate service box conforming to Rule 32.3-06 shall be permitted for fire pumps equipment. Notwithstanding Rule 6-102, 2, a service box for fire pumps equipment shall be permitted to be located remote from other service boxes. Disconnecting means an overcurrent protection. No device capable of interrupting the fire pump circuit other than a circuit breaker labeled in a conspicuous, legally and permanent manner, identifying it as the fire pump. Fire pump disconnecting means shall be placed between the service box from the normal power supply and a fire pump controller, or the main circuit breaker of the emergency generator and a fire pump transfer switch. The circuit breaker referred to in Subrule 1 shall be lockable in the closed position. The circuit breaker referred to in Subrule 1 shall be permitted to be used in separate service box described in Rule 32-304. So it's giving you the rule you can do, but it's also telling you to refer to 32-304. The overcurrent protective device of the circuit breaker described in Summary 1, um, 1A, shall be set or rated to carry indefinitely the lock rotor current of the fire pumps. The overcurrent protective device of the circuit breaker